Thanks again, guys, for joining the pirate. Today's guest is Jennifer Benson from Ignescent. And don't forget to pick up the new album coming out November 10th, The Fight in Me, the fresh new album by the band that already gave you heavy tones and heavy hooks. You got to check this out. Be sure to join the band with your love and support. Rock on, guys. Today we got Jennifer Benson from Ignescent. I hope I'm saying that right.
Yes, you are.
Awesome. All right. I have been checking out your music, and for the life of me, I've tried to figure out my favorite song so far.
Okay.
It's always a compliment when it's hard. So,
Yeah.
Resist. I'm going to go with Resist right now. So
Okay.
it's rocking.
Awesome.
Now, you're in the Nashville area, correct?
I lived there for a bit, but actually I'm currently in Chicago.
Chicago.
Chicago area. Yeah.
Heck yeah. Yeah, because I'm just about an hour and a half from Nashville myself. So
Oh, nice.
yeah.
Awesome.
Um, so now y'all have been touring in the Nashville area. Was there a reason for that transition from, like, say, the Chicago area?
Well, I got asked to do some shows with Petra for like the 50th
Mm-hmm.
anniversary celebration, and so that was part of the reason that we're there, just for the celebration and opening for them, and all the shows were out south. And actually I'll be in Nashville again, I think it's November 4th,
Right.
with them and Not Ashamed. And I found out Phil Keggy was just added to the show too in Nashville, so I'm pretty
Okay.
excited about
Okay.
that.
That's the gentleman you had at the panel, I believe. I was watching a few clips of that.
Yeah. Yeah. But then we'll be here next week. We're doing some shows with September Morning in
Mm-hmm.
the Midwest, in Urbana, Illinois at Canopy Club. And then at a bar, I think it's called Joel's Bar in Chippewa Falls. So we're going to be there in Wisconsin. So we'll be out around the Midwest next week. And actually, we're shooting some music videos this weekend. So we'll be in St. Louis too. So it's just been really, really busy.
Wow. More
Yeah.
music videos. I was like, oh my gosh, they got tons. You know,
Yeah.
and I had to thank Lord Nelson, okay?
Uh-huh.
Okay, because we had connected, and because of him, I found
Uh-huh.
y'all. So,
Oh, awesome. That's
you
cool.
know, and then I saw your influences, like Flyleaf, and
Yeah.
you had worked with one personnel from Skillet, I believe, the guitarist. Am I correct?
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's a bunch of bands I followed in the past, and y'all had just swept right past me. And then I was like, oh my gosh, where have these guys been? I love it, And then there
Oh,
was video after video, and
uh-huh.
I have to say, uh, it's just I can hear the influences in there, and
Okay.
especially with Flyleaf and
Yeah.
things of that sort. And I love the message y'all are bringing, and you're bringing it, heavy metal form. I love that.
Thank you. Thank you. No, I appreciate that.
Um, now, were y'all originally on Christian label?
No, actually, we just signed with Frontiers.
Mm-hmm.
Though yeah, we are a Christian band.
Right.
But yeah, I'm obviously they're not a Christian label, but Striper's
Mm-hmm.
on there. So in us, I think that's about it though. But
Right.
they're just like they're been so supportive, and they're really excited that we're a Christian band. So it's always been my dream to be like a Christian band, but in the world, like Flyleaf and A Thousand Foot
Yeah.
Crutch and Skillet, you know what I mean? And so it was just a huge blessing that they're willing to work with us, and just excited about us. So yeah, this is so no, we've never been with a Christian label
Mm-hmm.
at all, but um, but we are, yeah, but we just found out that we hit top 11 on the Christian rock charts
Mhm.
with Not Today. I don't know if you've heard
Yeah.
that one
Oh yeah.
yet, but it's
Uh,
featuring like Kevin Young, just like yeah.
yeah. Kevin Young. I already discovered him too out of this. So yes, and I heard
Okay.
it, and y'all cloned so well. I just couldn't believe it. I was like, is he already a member of the band? Yup, they're cloned so well. So
Oh, thanks. Thanks. Yeah. Yeah. So we're really excited because it just went to radio last week and it was at
mhm.
18 and then last week and then we just found this morning it's at 11 already. So and like I think Lacey Sturm's at number 2, Disciples at 1. But yeah, so it's just kind of cool to see what's been happening with the song already. But
Well, I'm proud of the expansion of Christian music. I'm glad that it's kind of more accessible now, because
uh-huh.
the labels used to be under, the old Christian labels, like Skillet was originally. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So
Hmm.
it had a limitation on sales and everything, and of course it wouldn't hit the billboard. But
Yeah.
now it's expanded. I love that,
Yeah.
because I'm a man of faith myself, so I
Okay.
understand. So
Yeah.
um, and it took me years to realize how much it has expanded. And of course, as soon as I started hearing Skillet and everything on the radio,
Yeah.
they blew the door open for every Christian artist, as far as I'm
Yeah.
concerned.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. And I'm a huge fan of Skillet. Like, yeah, I love their music and I love John is so like nice. And I don't know
Mm-hmm.
if you've met him in person, but he's just a very kind-hearted person. And we got to open for them at Lakes Jam. It was in June, I think, in Minnesota this past summer, and so that was really cool to talk to him and to be able to open for them. But yeah, yeah, that's like one of my Flyleaf and Skillet like are my two favorite bands. But
Right. And then let's see, you did was it the Warp Tour, Vans Warp Tour as well?
Mhm. Yeah,
So you expanded a lot of different stuff there, from corn, you name it. So what was that like?
yeah, that was really cool. I think we were the only Christian band there.
Right.
But but it was just a really cool experience. I mean, there was a lot of amazing bands, Kaleido and just a ton of different bands. So yeah, it was a really cool experience. We enjoyed it. So,
And you got a new one coming up next year, right? If I'm not mistaken, Life Fest.
yeah, yeah, we were at Life Fest this summer. We headlined the Edge stage, but we just found out like a week ago that we'll be on the main stage at Life Fest in Oshkosh. So we're really excited about that. Like, yeah, we can't wait. And then we just got booked too, and I haven't even announced this yet, but we got booked at a festival in Germany this year, like Red Jumpsuit Apparatus and I think Disciple Petra are playing there. But yeah, we just got booked for 2024 in September in Germany. So really excited about that one too.
Well, it looks like we're at the premiere of that, and we beat the McRib there this time. So if you heard my promo, as soon as I was going to promote this
Uh-huh.
interview, the announcement of the McRib returning had come about. So I even
Oh, no
included it in my
way.
clip. Yeah. So I said, well,
Awesome.
yeah, I've been, yeah, shortchanged by the McRib once again. But
Oh.
yeah, and you'll be fresh off this new album. What's it, Fighting Me? So you get to.
Yeah, it's releasing November 10th, so we can't wait. Like I said, we just had Not Today release, and then we have another one releasing in October. I think it's like October 17th. It's called Monster You Made. So that and the music video, which we're filming this weekend, actually will be out in October. And then yeah, the album is November 10th, so it's coming up really soon. And then we'll have another song releasing with a music video, I think in February after that. So yeah, just a lot going on. And we're filming with JT Ibanez. He's worked with like
Mhm.
Seven Dust. We just worked with him for Not Today too, but we're working with him again because we just love what he's done and his work, and we just love him. So we're excited to work with him again.
Yeah, the videos are amazing. I mean, they're top notch all the way around.
Thanks.
Um, yeah, it's I'm sure the experience would. Now, the producer Travis Wyrick, is that y'all worked with
Uh-huh.
him as well?
Yeah, in Knoxville, Tennessee. Yeah. That was for a song called Calling Out to You through the Electrified EP. And yeah, so we went to Knoxville and recorded with him. And that song Calling Out to You was actually co-written with Ben Casca, who used to be in Skillet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was cool working with him. He just really pushed me vocally, like beyond what I was
Mm-hmm.
expecting and what I thought I could do. So yeah, it was really cool to work with him.
So you're feeling the evolution each album. So am I hearing this right?
Am I what?
Feeling the evolution of
Yeah.
musicals. Yeah, and
Yes.
that's good. It's like you got those building blocks. It just keeps on getting better and better, and um it's got to be very gratifying. I'm just saying, it's just you know you're in the right place with your artistry, and you keep on
Yeah.
growing with it.
Yeah.
Um, so I mean, has your I guess your musical direction changed any throughout the years? I mean, like,
Yeah, definitely. It definitely started out more poppy.
right,
And then as time went on, it kept getting harder and harder and harder,
harder, right?
which is kind of the opposite of what Christian bands usually do. But I
Mm.
just love like the heaviness of music, and especially like in 2020, that's when I felt like with just all the craziness going on,
Heavy
and I just
emotions.
felt like yeah, so many emotions. I just feel like we needed to go heavier, and we started writing with 8 string guitars and with just harder, crunchier sounds, just to like relate the emotion or relay the emotion of 2020 and what people were feeling and what I experienced. And yeah, and I just love performing on stage and just rocking out. And I mean, we have some ballads on this album too, and I hope those touch people's hearts. But we also have a lot of like really high energy, heavy rock songs, which I love, and I hope other people love too. But
It
those
gives
are
off
those are
positive energy. Exactly.
yeah, it does. Yeah,
That's what I say. I say you take negative things and make positive energy out of it. You know what people would so call heavy music. You know, they used to be ah, you know, that's got to be the
yeah,
devil. It's like no, no, it's strong
yeah.
emotions. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
So I
right.
understand that coming from 2020, especially.
Hmm.
Like I said, I record a little bit myself, but and everything was pretty dark. I got to be honest. It was just like
Uh-huh.
I got to get this out of my head, and
Right.
hardcore is everything. So
Yeah.
um, and let me ask you something else. How did you get to meet Lord Nelson?
I met him through my manager,
Mm-hmm.
Keith. So he introduced me to him.
Yeah, wonderful guy.
Yeah, yeah, he's a really cool guy.
I'm just like I've been following the Five Royals Entertainment, which everybody needs to check out. All these new artists coming up. He previews them like every day, a different artist, and
Uh-huh.
I love that. It's so positive, and it's a variety of music. It's like
Yeah.
whether you like jazz, country, and I'm a lover of
Mhm.
all music. I find it's like I said on the episode with him. I said I love ABBA, but I also love Slayer. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So,
Yeah, right. Yeah.
so and I'm just glad that Christian music is getting out there. I just would have never imagined when I was a kid in a youth group, and
Yeah.
first time I ever saw Skillet, it was pre Alien Youth. You see what I'm
Okay.
saying?
Wow. Cool.
Right? Well, the album might have been coming out about then, somewhere right in there, but they were just now getting it. They got a little heavier. You know what I'm saying? It's like
Yeah.
alternative,
Right.
then heavy, and I was like, these guys can rock, and it be positive.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, you get it. Yeah.
Yes. I do. I do. I love it. Yeah, you can still have a positive message and, and be used to encourage people and share God's love, and but still have that heaviness, and people can relate to that. And yeah.
Well, the Old Testament was very dark, so
Mm,
not everything
true.
was, lighthearted in the Old Testament. It's one of those things. Yeah, you start with your fear of God, and then it ends up the love of God. That's the way I've always seen
Yeah,
it. Through darkness, there is light on the other side. So that's just the way I've
true.
always seen it.
Yeah,
Um,
that, that is true.
but just seeing you on the main stage, there's so many videos though. I was just wondering because so many people don't get an opportunity to make that many videos. But I see it. What I see in your
Yeah.
music, I think whoever's producing your videos really gets your expression really clearly, because I could feel it when you're playing it, and I was like, "This is rightly produced." Um,
Okay. Awesome.
do you feel like that? You feel like they're guiding you in the right way here with that?
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. I believe that they are capturing like the heart and what we're trying to convey with our emotions and our message. And yeah, I definitely believe that.
And I've noticed you've had a transition of musicians. Is that I know some bands. Do you, if you don't mind me asking, do you have
Yeah.
sole ownership of the band? Is that the way?
Yes. I do actually. Just because of it's hard to sometimes find people who want to stay committed, like this is something I want to do and I feel called to do, and I want to keep doing it, even when times get tough, because it's not an easy thing to do.
Right.
It can be hard at times. It can be fun and
Mm-hmm.
amazing, but it can also be really challenging, really hard too. The music industry is not easy.
Mm-hmm.
But and then just some people just get discouraged, and or they just don't want to keep going, and or they decide they want to pursue something else. It's just not a calling on their life, and that's fine. But it's something that I want to keep doing and do with my whole life,
Mm-hmm.
keep going. So that's why. So
Right. I didn't know if that was a
yeah.
full question. I know, but I think it's smart. I think it's to keep your creative,
Mhm.
intact. Your creative outlet intact. It's like
Mhm.
it's so much easier in working with I mean, three people, and you make the decision mutually. I've seen it done with
Uh-huh.
one band I listened to, Ghost. You probably know Ghost, but he wrote the whole thing,
Uh-huh.
and the
Yeah.
band, it was the smartest thing. It was like, because he could have creative control. And, from
Yeah.
that standpoint, it's smart, but your vision will fully come out that way. That's the way I see it. Now, that's pretty
Yeah.
awesome, actually.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Um, so I was going to ask here. I had a lot of notes on you. I'm telling you. I was, like I said, I was just learning about you, and I was like, oh my gosh, she's done all these festivals and everything. I'm like, oh, and my stepdaughter's already a
Yeah.
fan, and I didn't know
Oh,
it.
awesome.
I go,
Really? No
yeah.
way.
I said, I'm doing an interview tonight. I said, well, about a week ago, and I was like, it's Ignescent. She goes, her eyes lit up. I said, you know
Oh,
them?
uh,
So,
that's so cool. I
yeah.
love that. That's awesome.
Well, she's 15, and I guess because she's playing fly leap and stuff like
Yeah.
that. So
Right.
I was like, and she was just really excited. I was like, yeah. I was like, and I
Uh-huh.
was sitting there watching the first video at the time, and I was like,
Yeah.
oh, I'm headbanging, doing this, and I'm
Yeah.
going, I'm digging
Yeah.
this. That's,
Yeah.
so it was one of those
That's
experiences.
yeah, that's awesome. That's so cool.
And
Yeah.
I said, well, maybe we'll get to go at some point. I said, apparently they tour around Nashville. And then she got even more
Yeah.
excited.
Nice. Nice. Well, if you're available on, I think it's the 4th or 5th, that Saturday, we'll be there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, in Nashville, definitely. And then we might be doing our CD release show in Nashville too. I'm waiting to hear back. I
Okay.
think it's Friday, November 3rd. I should know soon, but we might be doing it there. So
Okay. I'm pretty
we'll
familiar with the Nashville scene. I got Michael Ashley Cloud next. Oh, well, on the 9th. I don't know if you know him. My cousin was the guitarist for a band called Black Sky Tribe, and they're
okay.
from Nashville. They've broken up since, but
Yeah.
so I'm having him on the show on the night. So I'm pretty well versed in the Nashville scene. It's been a while since I even been to see a concert. I think the
Okay.
one of the last big concerts I saw was Rammstein. So, and that was in Atlanta. But
Oh, cool.
now
Nice.
that's an experience. If you want a show,
Yeah. Really? I've never seen them. But that's good to know. I'll have to check that out.
oh well, all I know is when we got there in Atlanta, it was they had a crew about 150, crew of 150.
Wow.
You're talking about
Yeah.
it, it, you get used to flames and everything, and
Oh,
everybody
nice.
you didn't sit down. They were the only band playing about an hour and a half,
Okay.
blistering set.
Yeah.
I never
Yeah.
sat down the whole time. Let's just put it that way. Never did.
No
So
way.
I
That's
recommend go
awesome.
see
Oh, I gotta go.
Rammstein.
That sounds okay. I will. That's good to know. They sound pretty awesome.
And you
That's
don't
really
have to
cool.
know German to like it. I don't know.
That's really cool. Okay. Okay. Cool. I'll have to take some friends there. That sounds really cool.
Now that will be a great tour. Now Kevin Young or now and a disciple. Now he's been okay.
Uh-huh.
Is that his band?
Yeah, Disciples, his band. Yeah.
And I'm gonna soon be checking them out as well. Are y'all thinking about any other collaborations in the future? Because that was really cool. I'm just saying.
Thanks. Thanks. I would love to do a collaboration with Lacey Sturm and John Cooper Skillet. Um, Someday. That would be awesome. That would be like a dream of mine. I mean, it was a dream to do this with Kevin. It was really cool.
Right.
Um, but yeah, like I would love that. So we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Right. Now, okay, you
It's in
just
my
pretty
plan.
much yeah, you pretty
Yeah.
much answered my next question. I was like, what's your dream collaboration? I think I just heard it.
Yes, that would be like, yeah, incredible. So
Uh,
one day.
I think you would sound good with Luan Witherspoon. Honestly, Seven Dust. I,
Oh,
I was thinking, you know what song came to mind? Angel's Son.
okay. That would be cool. That would be really cool.
What can I say? I got good ears. I don't know. I have no hair,
Yeah,
but good ears. That,
that's a good idea. I'll have to think about that. That's really
right.
cool.
And yeah, my stepdaughter, she loves your hair too, and she let me
Oh,
know you can't grow that kind of hair. You don't have hair, so.
okay. Thanks.
So
Well, you
you're
mentioned festivals earlier. Like it was really cool. Not this past summer, but the summer before, we got to play at Incarceration Fest. I don't know if you've
mm-hmm.
ever been to that one or in Ohio. It's like held at a prison and everything. It's just
Oh, okay.
super
I've
cool
never
festival.
been.
Yeah. So that obviously it's not a Christian festival, but it was really yeah, that was an awesome festival. So that was like a dream of mine to be able to do that. And then we've played at like Rock Fest too in Cadet,
Mhm.
Wisconsin. I don't know if you've been there, but
Yeah.
that's like Rob Zombie played there one of the years we were there, and Lacey Flyleaf, she was there, Butcher Babies and
And
all that. But
was
that was
Anthrax there?
I don't know. They might have been. I know Lita Ford was there one year.
Oh,
Oh, you like Anthrax?
this
Is it your show?
this is my Scott Ian painting.
Nice.
Yep, this is his surgical precision from scene 4,
Oh,
which is
yeah,
my buddy Corey Danziger. If you
yeah.
see my show, yeah, he's my buddy from L.A.,
Okay.
former child star, and yeah,
Okay.
I got this from scene 4, and it's like him, Stuart Copeland, a bunch of other artists, Chad Smith. Uh,
Uh-huh.
they all make art out of the music,
Oh,
and
wow.
it's like when they're playing. they're able to
Yeah.
digitize it, and then it
Uh-huh.
becomes this right here. So this is when it's got
That's
in
so
space.
that's really cool.
And
I
yeah,
love that. That's awesome.
well, he'll be very appreciative. It's one of those, you look at it and you see
Yeah.
something different in it each time.
Really?
Yeah, I've looked at it like, I don't know, 100 times, and I'll see something different in it I didn't see before it. I,
Wow, that's pretty cool. That's pretty
I
awesome.
any kind of art I love, and you know, honestly, God has given you art, and I'm very appreciative. I'm a Catholic. We love art. It's everything.
Okay.
Everything is
Nice.
art. You know,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
and actually, I found a few Catholic bands, and pretty interesting.
Oh, that's cool.
I see. I didn't know they existed as much because, see, I grew up Baptist and everything, so
Okay.
I knew Skillet and everything.
Yeah.
And then when I was in the military, I was a convert there, but stayed
Yeah.
Christian, of course. But
Yeah.
it's just a whole new world of artists in that, and of course, it seemed a little more darker in a way, but stuff like that.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I guess
Cool.
you call it Middle Ages.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah, and yeah. So you don't remember playing with Anthrax? I thought I saw you played with Anthrax, but I know there was a lot of bands there. I'm sure you were just
There
overloaded.
there was a time, yeah, maybe the Anthrax. I'm trying to remember. I have to look back. Yeah, I know Rob Zombie was there and yeah, Butcher Babies and all that. So that, yeah. But that was just really cool. Cool experience. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, how could you miss Rob Zombie? Ooh,
Yeah, you can't. Yeah, you can't. But the one year we were there was like the weather was crazy, and then it was all muddy, and it was just like a muddy mess everywhere. Like everywhere you went, it was just it was just a mess. And there was just I don't know, these like weird well, everyone had to like get in their cars or wherever they were because it was like a crazy storm. But then after the storm, there were these weird bubble clouds and everything. And then it was just, I don't know. And I think we missed our first set because it was so bad. Like things were blowing away. Like even the porta potties, they were like blowing away. And one guy ran past me. He's like, I'm going to die. Like it was like, it was crazy. And we were in our cars because there's nowhere to go. And the car was literally like shaking. I thought it was going to blow away. It was like almost tornado weather. So that was a little weird. That wasn't the last year we were there, but that was the first, I think it was the first or second time we were there. And that was a little crazy.
well, that's rock and roll right there. That's all I'm
It
saying.
was. That's right.
The
I just hope
crazy
that doesn't happen
experiences.
again. You what?
Yeah,
Yeah.
crazy experiences. I say that's rock and roll. Nothing
Yes.
goes smooth in rock.
Yeah.
Okay,
No, it does not.
you try to
Yeah.
say on tune and on time. I've heard that.
Right.
Stay on
Yeah.
tune on time, and
Yeah.
they don't always work. They just ro- roll with the punches.
Yeah. Whatever happens, happens.
So, when you were growing up, did you? What was your big influences when you were growing up, like the old school music? Just curious.
um, well, definitely like Flyleaf, Metallica, like that, those kind of heavy bands. Yeah, those are definitely my influences. I mean, and then obviously Skillet still is a big influence. I mean, some of the older bands like Def Leppard, you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
that's
Like
what I meant. Yeah, the
the
older.
bands, yeah, yeah. I mean, those are some influences. Are yeah, Def Leppard, like those kind of bands where it's just really heavy and a lot of energy.
Right.
But then also in there, I love pop melodies. So I really
Hmm.
like to mix like the heavy music um, with melodies that are a little bit more poppy. And so that's just something that I love,
It's
the combination of the pop and metal together.
the hooks. That's what I'm all
Yeah.
about. The hooks. I
Yeah.
love it. It can be the most, I don't know, physically demanding song, the most articulate, but there's no hook, and I'm just like, I lost my interest. You know,
Yes.
and
Yes. I'm the same way.
yeah, that's the reason I think pop is great. And of course, there's metal elitists that are like, well,
it's not really metal. I'm like, no, it is. I'm like, it's just, you listen to old school metal. I come from Blue Oyster Cult. That was my favorite
Uh-huh.
band.
Uh-huh.
Uh, I grew up around the records. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And
Okay. Yeah.
yeah, my uncle had a radio station when I was a kid, so
Uh,
I dove into these. It was
oh,
everything from Three Dog Night to Blue Oyster Cult. I got Agents of
yeah.
Fortune and Don't Fear the Reaper, and I was like,
Yeah.
this is considered metal, but it's
Yeah.
so melodic,
Yeah. Yeah.
and
Definitely.
you had sometimes had to think about what the song was about, and it take
Yeah.
you to a different place, and then you lost yourself in it, and I love that experience.
Yes. Yes. Me too. And that's why I like Evanescence, because the melodies in her songs are just so cool, so beautiful. So yeah, yeah.
My
I'm definitely
Immortal,
forward to the melodies. My Immortal. Oh, I love that one. Yeah, that's awesome.
and they should have got a reward for whoever produced it. I don't know if they did, but the video, the whole image with the song.
Yes. Yes. I know. Yeah, I agree. That one is awesome.
Um, so are y'all are you primarily going to stay in Chicago, or are y'all? I mean,
Uh,
for the one I was reading, it's like it said in the Midwest, like in the
yeah.
Midwest area in Nashville. Um, a lot of people ask me, is like, what's so special about Nashville? Because we got people from LA coming to Nashville right now. Is it
Uh-huh.
because of the production that's going on down here? It's like, what is attracting everybody to Nashville?
hmm I think for us, it's just because it's Music City, um, and there's a lot of Christian music and artists there too. So that's
Mm-hmm.
another thing for us. Um, and just, I mean, I love the whole vibe of it. We were there, was it a month or a little bit ago, maybe a month ago, and we got up and so we decided just to hang out a little bit and go to Hattie B's and just, hang out in the city. And it was like 10 a.m. and everyone was out, and it was I don't know, just I couldn't believe like at 10 a.m. everyone was already out and bands were playing and everything. It's just so much fun there. It's like has a good energy about the
Yeah.
city and
Oh yeah,
everything.
it's live. You got when you got the lights and everything, and then
Yeah. hmm
the bars are lit. I mean, I've been so many different places, but I come back home, the bars are so lit in Nashville, man. I love it.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just so crazy. It starts like at 10 a.m. I'm like, wow, like it never
Yeah, I
sleeps
mean,
there.
no,
Yeah.
they do not sleep in Nashville.
Yeah. Yeah. But it's fun. Yeah. It's a lot of fun.
And well, you're used to the more winter stuff up there in Chicago, so it's a
Yes. Yeah.
but it's unpredictable down here. I mean, I'm sure when you got down here, you were like, do I pack for cold or heat? It didn't even matter what time of year it was.
Yeah, yeah. Though the weather was a lot better, I'm not gonna lie. So some days I'm like, should we maybe should have stayed there? I don't know, but because we lived there for like a year and a half, and yeah, the weather was I thought the weather was beautiful, and yeah, I love Tennessee, um, but our family is here, so we just decided to
Okay,
come back
well that
here.
makes sense too.
Yeah, it was just hard being away. I mean, even though we travel a lot, still it
Right,
was hard to see family, and so it just works out better here for now. But
right. Well, how long do you usually stay on the road? Like on the typical fest, like Life Fest kind of.
yeah, it varies. It just depends. Yeah, and it depends where it's located. Depends how many shows we have. It varies honestly. Um, yeah. So it just kind of depends. And last year at Life Fest, we played um, for 2 days. We played like on the one stage, and then the next day we played an acoustic set on a different stage.
Okay,
And then that same day we headlined the Edge stage. So we played like 3 times. So it was fun, but I was really tired. I'm like, okay.
right. Would
But
you
I knew it was
prefer would you prefer the electric set over the acoustic set?
Yes, I'm not big. I mean, I'll do acoustic, but I'm not really big into it. It's just not as fun. you know, because it's just you and guitar, and it's
It's
just,
bare bones.
I don't know. To me, yeah, it's bare bones. I get a little, it's like not as exciting as the whole band, you know, with the energy and all the electric guitars. It's just, yeah, it's not my thing, but I'll do it if I have
Well,
to.
thank you. I agree. You know,
Yeah.
some people are like, I love the rawness of the acoustic, and I'm just like, I've always been an electric guitarist. Like I said,
Yeah.
my Jackson is my life. Okay, I go to
Yeah.
acoustic, and it's like play for an hour, I'm done. You know,
Yeah. Yeah.
now you give me dynamics and stuff, I'm busy all night. So, and
Yeah.
and it's
Yeah.
and plus it's harder to get left-handed acoustic. So proper
Oh,
ones. Yeah, I'm a lefty. You have
yeah.
no idea what my guitar shopping's like. It's like we have
Yeah.
that, but not left-handed. So
Yeah. Oh, okay. Well, that's
yeah,
good to know. Yeah. Yeah. Well, the only one that have you heard of a band Rusty Ship at all? They're from Nashville.
that sounds very familiar.
Okay. I mean, they're actually a Christian band. And we played with
Mhm.
them in Nashville, and it was a whole acoustic set, like all the bands. And for some reason, I loved their acoustic set. Like usually I'm not into
Mhm.
acoustic, but the way they did it was really cool. It was fabulous. So yeah, like
It
they were
depends
really
on
cool.
the show, right?
Yeah, it does, definitely.
Yeah, because I've had you remember the MTV Unplugged? You remember that?
Yeah. Oh, okay. Uh-huh.
Yeah, like Nirvana. When Nirvana did it, I was like, wow. I was like,
Yeah.
I actually got into it, but I never got into acoustic music. It's few and far that I do. And what it does
Yeah.
excite me, it does.
Yeah.
And
Right.
I completely understand it, but it's something I couldn't do a lot of.
Yeah. Yeah.
Of course,
Right.
my uncle's generation, they do it a lot more than I do. I'm like, man, we're all about dynamics now. I'm like,
Right.
we,
Right.
it's a gut punch where it used to be just kind of subtle, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I understand that aspect of yours because your music, I mean, what I'm hearing is you got the gut punch right up front,
Uh-huh.
and then it's the smooth hooks, and then
Yeah.
I'm just transformed back into it. And I'm just surprised, and I did not hear y'all before this. I'm
Yeah. Yeah.
But you got to thank people like Lord Nelson because
Yeah.
that's the kind of people that get you out there.
Yes. Yes. I definitely appreciate him. Yeah.
It's people. Those people are a godsend. And I told him, I said, ever since we did my interview with him, I said,
Yeah.
what you do or what you are doing to these artists, I said, is amazing because most of them don't have
Yeah.
this chance. It doesn't even matter how high
Right.
they get; they can always get higher. You know,
Right. True.
in your
True.
contributions, and you know him. He said, it's all love, man. It's all love.
Yeah, he's so nice. I know. Nice guy.
And he's gonna be excited watching this one. You know he is.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we
Definitely.
we got you, the Lord Nelson. That is
Yes.
okay. Gotcha.
Yes. Yes. He's awesome.
But yeah, before we get up here, that I really, if you don't mind, my stepdaughter
Oh
would like to
yeah.
see you. Okay.
Oh, definitely. Definitely.
She was going gaga. I'm not kidding.
That's cute.
Yeah, well, some word of variation to that. But yeah. See my setup here. I got Ace Frehley and Gene over
Uh-huh.
here. Now we do Funkos too. So
Oh, nice.
and
Nice.
well, you're on the interview list. So what we're doing
Awesome.
is my creator.
Yeah.
What I'm trying to do is get everybody that's been on my show
Yeah.
their own customized Funko Pop.
No way. That would be awesome.
Okay. Once the creation is done,
Yeah.
yeah, it's smooth. I'm working on the Lord Nelson. It's going to be a
Okay.
little
Are
bit.
you?
Yeah, it's a little bit taller than the rest of
Oh, so cool. Yeah. I love that.
So it's like when I say, okay, what do you want me to do with the Funko Pop? That's
Yeah.
what I mean. We thought
Okay.
it's, and I'm thankful for everybody that started coming on my show because
Yeah.
I spent most of my 20s in the military. Okay.
Okay.
I have kind of like musical, theatrical arts kind of background. This
Yeah.
is what have been my passion. I wanted to do interviews, things like this.
Oh,
And
cool.
I just love the music industry, and I wanted to give something back. It's like, here, when you get on my interview, I'll make you a Funko Pop. That's what my wife does. So,
Oh, cool.
you
That's
know,
awesome. That's really cool. I love that.
the blue hair, like I said, we're still working on it. My first guest, if you remember Children of the Corn,
Hmm.
Courtney Gaines was my first guest.
Oh, okay.
Malachi,
Okay.
Malachi, you know,
Yeah.
and the
Yeah.
Burbs. So we're working on his Funko Pops right now for the 40th
Not,
anniversary of Children of the Corn. So that's where this
no way.
started. Yes,
That's awesome.
that's how I got my start in interviewing. Okay,
Okay.
that was
That's really
huge.
cool. Yeah, that's awesome.
But you're on the list now, so we got to have the Jennifer Benson Funko Pop,
Yes.
but blue hair, and
That's it.
I'm thinking I got my inspiration in one of the videos where you're, doing that. I can't do it right, but I don't have hair. Number one, it just doesn't work that way. But but
Cool. Yes,
but
it's gonna have to have blue and purple hair, definitely.
right. But yeah, I really do appreciate you having you on the show,
Yeah.
because I mean, this is amazing. I was just like, I mean, it showed a new band to me anyway. So definitely
Yeah.
will be following, and I will be in the Nashville area, of course. Like I said, I'm closer to Clarksville. That's about the area where I'm.
Oh, okay.
If
Okay.
you've ever played in Clarksville, I don't know if you have, but
Okay. No, no, we haven't.
and some people,
Oh,
this depends. There's some smaller venues, but
yeah.
not quite Warped Tour type thing.
Okay. Okay, cool. Yeah, well, it's my pleasure being on. Thanks for having me. Really appreciate it.
All right, guys, you've got to check out Ignescent. They got their new album, The Fight in Me. The first song off of it, Not Today. Oh, it rocks. I'm getting excited already. All right, guys, y'all need to check that out. And this is Jennifer Benson right here. And this girl rocks, okay? And she spent this evening talking to the pirates. So give her some horns. All right, guys? Right.
Let's hear it for all the musicians out there. Sincerely, Nexus Pirate.